And welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal and to the F1 2021 season preview. The off season is finally over and we are ready for another F1 season. I cannot wait. So in this video I'm going to go through all of the teams, and then in the end, just in a quick 30-second bit, I'm going to go through all of the new rules, regulations, tracks, etc. So let's get straight into it. Starting off with Williams. A big season lies ahead for Williams. The Grove-based team will be looking to jump up from the last place in the Constructors' Championship that they've held for the last two seasons. Thankfully for the team, testing has looked strong for them, and yeah, they'll be definitely looking to move ahead of Haas at least, and definitely score some points last year, which they really struggled to do. But anyway, moving on to Haas now, with their all-new lineup of Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And to be honest, I really worry about Haas this year. Two rookie drivers, and totally undeveloped car. I just hope they're using their resources wisely for 2021, but this year will definitely be a big struggle for them. So yeah, not great. But anyway, moving on to Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, I think their job this year will hopefully to be moving away from the Class C and trying to break into midfield, especially if Ferrari have a stronger power unit. Because a brand like Alfa Romeo really should be doing better. Kit kept Raikkonen and Giovinazzi. To be honest, I was surprised, but I guess they want some stability moving into the new regs in 2022. Next up, Alpha Tauri. Now, Alpha Tauri are a team that I'm really excited for this year. Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, I rate them both, and we saw how impressive Yuki was on that last day of pre-season testing. I really can't wait to see what they do, and to be honest, I think that could be one of the more spicy driver lineups and could even push them into a really high position in the championship. And next up, Ferrari. Now, Ferrari really hard one to call. To be honest, I think Ferrari could do really well this year, but I'm just not too sure really. We've heard mixed messages about the car. Some say it's positive, some say it's negative. So we just don't really know, and it will be interesting to see how it works out. Definitely having Charles Leclerc is a big bonus, and a proper number 2 for Charles Leclerc could move them up the order. Next up is Alpine. Alpine, they're an interesting one. Obviously now got Fernando Alonso in, which is a huge boost, because he'll give that team an extra dimension. But it's just with Alpine for me, something just doesn't seem right. Whether it's a leadership structure with no team principal, it'll be interesting to see how this works out. But I've just got something that just doesn't really make me convinced about them. But anyway, next up, moving on to Aston Martin. Obviously having a great year last year under Racing Point and Pink Mercedes. I really can't wait to see how they do this year, to be honest. It'll be so interesting. Vettel, he has to get back to his pre-Germany 2018 Vettel. Otherwise, I just don't think that drive lineup is strong enough, and with some testing woes, it could be a really difficult year for them. But moving on to McLaren. McLaren were the one team that really impressed me in testing, and of course I've now got Daniel Ricciardo in, which for me is a major coup. We saw how great Ricciardo was last year, so I really can't wait to see what he can do this year in the McLaren. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they broke clear of the midfield with how well they looked in pre-season testing. And then moving on to Red Bull, after pre-season testing, I think everyone's absolutely buzzing to see what they can do, and obviously having Sergio Perez is just such a huge boost, because I know Alex Albon has a lot of supporters, he's a nice guy, but if we're being brutally honest, he just didn't have the quality to be a number 2 in a top team. But with Perez doing it, they could really take the fight to Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas will once again drive the Mercedes this year. Testing is so hard to tell. We've seen it all before, so I'm just not going to bank on them doing really well this year, or really bad this year. It's just impossible to tell. We'll get to Bahrain and we'll find out then, but it'll certainly be an interesting year for them. But anyway, moving on to the general consensus, there's obviously been a few changes to the car, but not too many ahead of the big regulations. They've reduced the amount of downforce, which should make the cars slower, but they are hoping to get it back for the end of next season. And then of course we've got Jeddah now on the circuit and Zandvoort on the calendar, so those are two really new races. But except for that, not a lot has really changed this year. Obviously got a few tracks like Imola and that back, so I can't wait for that. But on the whole, we've got a really exciting season coming up. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily F1 news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.